Where do we go from here? It's a question that lingers on everyone's mind as hospitality seeks to find its way after experiencing the most difficult 18 months the industry has seen in a generation. What's next? I'm Joel Schettler, editor of Meetings, Minnesota's Hospitality Journal. Welcome to our 5th annual State of the Industry event. Today we'll be asking ourselves those very questions in the hope to start ongoing dialogue and build new relationships as we seek new ideas and assess the industry's future. State of the Industry survey data reflects the extent to which hospitality professionals' feelings are set in larger economic issues. During the past year, a majority of hospitality professionals throughout the region experienced budget cuts, up dramatically from the previous year for both meeting planners and vendors. On a national level, meeting planners cite budget cuts as the #1 job challenge moving into the new year, according to MPI's Future Watch 2010. The same holds true at the local level, with 38% of planners citing event or budget downsizing as having the greatest impact on how they will conduct business in the coming months.
And I think as the year goes on, we're going to see budgets improve, that we'll be able to incorporate the interactive events that we've done before and spend more money on the theme parties. And right now is a great opportunity.
Hospitality first experienced trouble in the fall of 2008, when travel spending took a sudden and dramatic dip. Data recently released from the U.S. Office of Travel and Tourism shows that spending for the second quarter of 2009 decreased 4.5%, a vast improvement over the 2 previous quarters, but at a rate that still decreased twice that of GDP during the same quarter.
The economy has been cyclical. You know, it seems like, especially in the hotel industry, it's every 7 years it goes up and goes down.
Better news for hospitality could be right around the corner. Real spending on tourism actually increased 6.4% during the third quarter of 2009, according to measurements made by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Again, by comparison, tourism outpaced real gross domestic product, which increased only 2.8%. This third quarter growth included a dramatic increase of air transportation of 26.3%, along with a 17% increase in accommodation spending, primarily leisure travelers. Airline ticket sales, handled by the Airlines Reporting Corporation, increased nearly 7% in November, the first monthly increase since September 2008. A clear indicator of any industry's health or recovery can be found in employment levels. Like other economic measures, leisure and hospitality employment levels show signs of improvement. According to data gathered by the Bureau of Economic Analysis, direct tourism employment decreased 1.7% during the third quarter of 2009, compared to decreases of 4.5% during the second quarter and a 7.4% drop in the first quarter.
I think one thing that has happened this past year, and it seems like it happens every year, is that we're redefining short-term bookings. Short-term bookings used to be 3 months. Now we're finding short-term bookings can be 1 to 3 weeks.
Many signs indicate that the worst of the economic recession may be over, but recovery will not happen immediately. Will the bargains that can be found in accommodations and other travel services lure leisure customers back to the marketplace? Perhaps. Other signs indicate that business travel could at least return with modest gains in the coming year. The economic terrain has been bleak, but that need not be today's focus. Data shows there is much that industry professionals can build upon.
And meeting planners are savvy. They get it. They provide value back to their audience, and that's what's important.
Could the recent recovery in overall tourism spending be a sign that business travel may be returning once again? For the 5th straight year, business travel's share of overall tourism spending has increased, reaching well over a third of all travelers and fast approaching the high marks set a decade ago. While it may be true that the tide of meeting cancellations may be slowing, The job of reinstating those meetings that were cut during the past 18 months may prove to be the biggest challenge for corporate and association planners in the years to come.
I think we're on the brink of a tremendous opportunity to redefine and recreate what it means to throw a meeting, what it means to have an event, and what those events and meetings will look like in the future.
Does anyone think that virtual meetings can replace face-to-face encounters? Not necessarily, but advances in technology, along with a beleaguered economy, has made the idea of meeting alternatives more attractive, at least in the short term. But recent studies have shown that getting together face-to-face makes a dramatic impact on the bottom line. For every dollar a company invests in business travel, it will experience an average of $12.50 in increased revenue and $3.80 in new profits, according to a study released in September 2009 by Oxford Economics called The Return of Investment in Business Travel. Roughly 40% of prospective customers are converted to new customers by face-to-face meetings. Without an in-person meeting, the conversion rate is only 16%. What does the future hold? Only time will tell. But many experts believe a few new realities will pose challenges in the months ahead. Many believe that venues and hotels will still rely on price as a way to lure business and form new relationships. As a reason for selecting new venues, this year's State of the Industry survey found budget constraints and competitive rates both increased in importance from previous years. Vendors also report that they are conducting much more business closer to the event date, with much less lead time than before.
It is very not uncommon to see someone pick up the phone on a Tuesday and call you for Friday, or pick up a phone and call you on Friday for a Tuesday event.
As awareness about environmental issues and business practices continues to grow, more planners will continue to incorporate green ideas into their events. For the year ahead, a majority of both vendors and meeting planners predict that conditions in the industry will begin to slightly improve.
I am optimistic. I seem to side more optimistically, but I feel we've seen the storm and the blue skies ahead, and the economy definitely has improved.
Cautious optimism might be the best description for 2010. We've all just traveled some of the roughest terrain the industry has ever seen. The opportunity for success remains if we embrace change, seek out new ideas, meet new industry professionals who may help our business with our latest project, and remain patient and diligently work for a day when business will return. The future is taking shape right now.